should not interrupt during the meeting. Again, everyone, I just want to remind you of the small rules. Please keep the noise down while the board is conducting business. When it's time for you to speak, then the board will recognize you. Stand up, speak audibly what you need to say, and the board at that point will either answer or take notes on what your statements are. At this time, Mr. Vice President, is it okay to call the meeting to order?
Yes, please.
Madam Secretary, can we have a roll call?
Before the roll call, I'd like to do a pledge of allegiance, please.
Excuse me.
If everybody will please rise, we're going to do pledge of allegiance to the flag. Face the flag. Please place your right hand on the heart and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Madam Secretary, will we please have the roll call?
Esther Hobbs. Jane Freed.
Dan Levy.
Boris Mann.
Eugenio Polito.
Edgar Maldonado.
Jim Schultz. You look.
That's good for the roll call. Mr. Vice President, I recommend not waiving, but tabling the reading of the minutes to the next communication.
I so move.
Move to adopt.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying yea.
Yeah.
All those opposed say nay. So moved. Mr. Vice President, the proof of the mailing is here, the receipt of all mailings sent out for the first annual packet, which includes the financials for 2018. I move that this be accepted. Well, would this be moved to be accepted?
Yes.
I so
Move to
move.
adopt.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say yea.
Yeah.
All those opposed say nay. So moved. Mr. Vice President, at this time, we would have to call the motion for the, excuse me 1 second here. The motion to approve the 2018 budget as distributed.
Everybody should receive by now. Everybody should be in order to receive.
Yes, sir. Can I get that in the form of a motion?
Move to adopt.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying yea. All those opposed, signify by saying nay. So moved. At this time, Mr. Vice President, we have open forum for the unit owners to speak out.
Yes, but before I do that, can I say a couple words?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I'd like to thank every unit owner that participated in creating the holiday fund. And we, today we were able to distribute this money to our employees who worked very hard. We're very thankful for your contributions. And on behalf of myself and the board, we really thank you very much. Thank you for your generosity. And I think that the recognition of our employees is going to really help us to our goals to bring this building back what it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Basically, I also have another motion, and this motion is for the audit for 2017 by our auditor.
You move it?
Yes.
So I second. Anybody opposed?
All those for it, please say yea.
Yea.
All those opposed, nay. Okay, motion passes.
She'll survive.
Everybody jumps.
Are we awake? Yeah?
Like in court.
Well, we try to do the best possible to get this meetings all the way it's supposed to be normal. With that said, we open the floor for questions, and please be brief if you possibly can, so everybody will have a chance and we have reasonable time to complete events, since we already had one just last week. So, the floor is open.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you have something to say, I'll pass the mic to you, at which point I'll start a timer for 2 minutes. We're trying to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity for those who want to speak, so please keep the time and respect the time limit for 2 minutes. Thank you.
My name is, not yet.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be a lot less than 2 minutes. I have only one question. What is the board of directors is going to do without the elevators? They're not acceptable the way they work. They have to change the companies or whatever. Whoever knows about it, please let us know.
If I may, Mr. Vice President, answer that?
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the current company that was servicing us, and I'll say that again, was servicing us, is out the door. This company has failed us on many occasions. No matter how many times I pleaded and begged, we've gotten no response. But they like cashing our checks quickly, right? So at this time, Oracle won't be back in the building. We are moving forward with another company. We'll announce the company once everything has been finalized. Anyone else?
No, I don't need the mic. I have a loud voice.
You sure? That little bot? No. All
I
right.
just have a question.
Yes.
I noticed the changing of the guard at the board. I don't know, maybe I'm a little behind or something I haven't seen, or I don't go to the channel. I see we have different people, and the president is not here.
There was
We
no
had-
mutiny, the president is still the president.
He is.
Yes,
Just working tonight.
He has the job, which, as a professor, he is responsible for having some time at night classes as well as during the day. Unfortunately, we try to accommodate him as much as possible, but this is before the Christmas season. I think his schedule is pretty heavy. Last meeting, he couldn't make it either, okay? I'm not trying to defend anybody. I think that we're all adults. And I think that sometimes if a person cannot make it, I'd like to cause any judgment on anybody. But he's definitely contributing significantly to our projects everywhere across the line, working with the city, working with construction, working with different people on board. And I would say that we'll see what transpires. Okay. As far as the new members of the board, we have technically just 2 newer members because we have vacancy for a while. Now, you're going to be receiving, you probably already received the form that if you want to become a member of the board, you could send by a certain time, I believe by 13th, right? The 8th of January. You desire with a brief description of your qualifications, how you think that would be available for us, for the whole community to add you to the board, and that would be the voting as we normally do. Some people will have to be voted because their time expired, but for some it won't. So I don't know why I don't really believe that we're shifting a lot. I just think that at times we had board members which were not present here because of their remoteness, and we should have done on our side better work and better job to accommodate these people when they call in and use the system which we plan to do next year. We're trying to kind of save the money, if you will. But we would need to put some kind of speakerphone for people who could not make, and that's specifically for Dan Libby, he couldn't make. But he is back here now. He contributes significantly to the projects with his experience, and it's very valuable to us. So I would say that, let's leave it at this point. So the board is really didn't change drastically. We just have 2 new people. That, you two guys, right? Just these two? Well, there's nobody else. Any other questions? Yes.
You announced that Oracle default this quarter. Was it their fault or association?
Okay, if you remember, we took diligence. When we looked for replacement to a previous company before Oracle was Otis. They provided bad service. Initially, Oracle promised us a lot, and they initially, believe it or not, within the next 3 to 6 months, did an outstanding job. They actually inspected all our facilities, provided us, they actually even came to our meeting, if you remember. So it was a lot of promises, a lot of good intentions, but they had, within the corporation, as I understand, they had tremendous changes that impacted performance on the lower level, on the technical level. And what we're finding is there's 2 issues. One issue that the elevator's definitely old, but not that old that we can still use it for a while. Okay, we just had the company that is a couple companies that wanted to service elevators. They just proved to us that this equipment is still usable, even so it's getting to the level where like 400 buildings changing the same elevator. So there's things that we can control, and what we're trying to do at this point, trying to find a better partner of ours that would be more responsive, more trained, coming here at a short notice, and not to give us any hard time when we, like for example, like our property manager tried to get somebody here, and we for days waited, and we had some elevators downtime unacceptable. Even so, if you get the part shipped, I don't know, you can drive this or you can fly the part, it's still we're waiting for a very long time. We get to the point that no longer we could. Now, we couldn't terminate early, and because some work had to be done in terms of compliance. So we have to be careful how we do it, so making sure that there's no any, it should be very, we should be very careful how we do this, but I think that we were not happy with the service, and that's why we decided to look at another option.
But my question is it the contractors that default or our association? How it's
No, that would be contract.
It was their contracted negligence.
Do we have in the contract clause of liquidated damage?
I'm sorry?
Like liquidated damage usually applies for companies that doesn't follow the contract.
And the contract has provisions for negligence.
Yes.
Should the person be found negligent and we incur damages because of their negligence, then they're liable for a lawsuit under our firm. Yes.
Look forward to see his court case.
Hopefully, no courts, no anything like that. What we want is for them to get out the door and get someone that's worth your time here.
And it's nothing that we generated. We have our attorneys involved with this, and the attorney recommended certain steps that we ought to take, and those are the steps that were documented. And so right now it's in the attorney's hands, communicating with Oracle to disconnect their service.
So that, in our view, the company failed.
So the contract was terminated, legally,
Yes.
officially.
Right.
Not yet, trying.
Yet?
No, effective,
As soon as they receive the certified letter by
letter was
law.
sent today, actually.
Letter was sent out today. They should be receiving it tomorrow, which includes a cease and desist from entering the building. Their negligence has caused us enough sufferance, and honestly, personally, I wouldn't like to see Oracle back here. Oracle, and let me explain this. Oracle was a very large company, very, very well structured, and a company worth hiring. But Oracle, through mergers and acquisitions in the past few years, has sold over 4 times. And the company structure has totally collapsed. Their service is ridiculous. Our service account manager, which we pay plenty of money to come out here.
What do you find?
I'm sorry?
Where do you find this company?
Where do we find this company? This is one of America's top 5 elevator companies. It is, I agree with you, which is my disappointment was really wrong.
You have to work for yourself, right?
Sir, what you're trying to say, let me
I
understand.
can really hear you.
I don't understand. What
You
are
have
you trying
something
to
to
say?
say,
Are you
please
trying
stand up,
to put the
state your
blame on
name.
us or blame on the unit owners? Or who is trying to put the blame on? There's no performance on the company side.
That's
Okay, we have no
absolutely
choice as to terminate that relationship so everybody could benefit. We're not gods, we're human beings, we don't have crystal ball. We're trying to evaluate the best we possibly can. It would be easy decision to replace these elevators, but we don't want, we cannot do that at this time. But at a certain point of time in life, you have to move on and change things. But at this point, we're trying to repair and trying to move forward because we have quite a few expenses that are already burning our wallets, if you will, everybody else's. So the only thing we can do, try to find a better partner, and that's what we're trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, and we'll move on from the subject. I believe the question's been answered. Anyone else have?
During the time, 1 year, many people who work here was fired. We don't know reason.
Okay.
Last, what we know, Olga, who was very pleasant, and was very comfortable that she speaks Russian, because many people here speak, most people speak Russian language. It was very comfortable, because even from Cuban people who works a lot of here, they don't speak English and they don't speak Russian, sure, and it's very hard to have conversations with them. So, fire Olga. I think everybody many people who was very good to her, and she was very nice personality, and what she can, she helps how she can. We would like to know, and it have, I think, right to know if you fire somebody.
Why?
Thank you for your question.
Let me ask. I'm not sure. You were here last meeting we had last week? Or you didn't? We were present last week on this meeting?
I don't remember.
Okay, so let me repeat it once, and we're not going to get to this issue one more time. Okay, just for everybody, for somebody who wasn't here. The issues related to employment, to personnel, hiring, firing, removing, we are not allowed by law to discuss in open forum. Okay? You elected the board that represents you, and should you decide not to have the same people again next year or in the future, that you don't trust them anymore, you have a right to do so. At the point of you have a management decision, and the management felt strongly that without that person, the efficiency would be better and improved, and that's management decision. So we cannot discuss it any longer. It's really illegal. Thank you.
Why not?
What do you mean by not?
Because we pay for our market.
It's against the law, ma'am. It's against the law. I'm sorry, it's against the law. Against the law.
Against the law what?
So you're gonna be next?
Who made
You wanna
this
say?
You can fire me.
Who did this law?
Please, I mean, you can fire me. If I work for you, you can fire me.
No,
I'm sorry.
what's the reason?
Yeah,
Is it Russian people go from the old?
Okay, there is no we all Americans here, Russian, Spanish speaking, all Americans. So do not use that as a hammer, okay? Do not need to use it. If you work here in this country has a certain laws. And we are law-abiding citizens. And that's why you can say certain things and you cannot say other things. So personnel-related issue, one time, the same way like health-related issue, are not open forum discussion. End of the statement, period. Thank you.
This is like common news, sir. It's a 20%.
You have another question?
Yes, can you introduce, just, have a short introduction of new people?
Okay, you were not.
Just, name.
Yes, that's a great question. You were not here last time, so please.
Yes, please maintain order.
My name is Edgar Maldonado. I'm a unit owner here at the condo. It's my honor and my pleasure to serve you on this board. I'm here. I'm semi-retired. I'm a physician. I'm a pathologist. I used to work for the University of Miami. I retired and now I work for a company that's called Hospital Life Biomedical. I've been here now since May, and I found an urgent need to help out in any way I can. That's why I signed myself up to be on the board. Okay? If you have any questions, I'm here anytime you need me.
Hi, I'm Jim Schultz,
and I've moved in 2003, so I've been here for a while, and was actually asked by a number of board members to consider being on the board, and I'm very happy to be here to serve you. My wife is actually in a job transition. She's a physician from Colombia, and so she's in the middle of job interviewing. I will be happy to serve through if I get elected, through the middle of this year. There's a very good chance we will be moving to another location at that point. So my time here may be short, but I'll be the best that I can. I'm a professor at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine. I direct the Center for Disaster and Extreme Event Preparedness. So my background is in public health, population health, and disasters.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Dan Levy. You actually elected me last year. Some of you may not remember. I'm here. Guys, I thought we were closing the phones. Even I did. The bottom line is, I'm here most of the time, not all the time. I reside in New York. I'm the mayor of Saddle Rock. I'm also the president of the board in Great Neck. I bring value to the table, talking to Ricardo and the rest of the board by phone, lending advice, lending a hand, and when I need to, I come down here to participate in meetings. I think it's valuable. Any of you who like it, great. Any of you who don't like it, it's a volunteer job for me. I'll continue to serve at your pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions, please? Yes, please.
I just want to know about the pool and the pool deck.
Oh, excellent question. Okay. You want to address this, please?
In reference to the pool is functional. We are basically completing the tile work around the pool. It should be completed by tomorrow. We were expecting an inspection by the City of Sunny Isles Beach this Wednesday, but due to the fact that the natural gas was not turned on, they couldn't perform that inspection. So that inspection will probably be delayed for another week or so. But the pool room is fully functional. The pool is in place. The foundation of the pool deck is coming along. But going back to the pool itself, underneath the foundation is now secure. Columns have been done. The beams have been rebarred, and everything looks good. At this point in time, we cannot open the pool until we get the approval from the city to start the renovation of the 2 bathrooms on the pool deck. Once those are done, and once we receive the permit, we can start on that immediately. It'll take about another month and a half to 2 months to do the renovations in the pool, and then we can ask the city for a partial, is that what they call it, a partial permit? A temporary permit to utilize the pool by cutting off the section from the pool deck. In reference to the pool deck itself, we removed, as you know already, about 115 tons of planters that were there this past year. There's some work that they've been doing as far as sloping the pool deck so the rain doesn't come towards the building. They slope the deck to the middle, so this way the rain and any water will go to the new drains that they put in place. With that, they also have put in some new water drains on the second floor garage, so the drainage will work. So if you've seen the people working in there with new conduit for electrical LED lights, as well as new water piping on the second floor garage. We're due to start on the lower level garage probably next week or early in January. And that's where we stand with the pool deck at this time.
This year pool will be closed.
This year.
It's 1 week.
Next year
Are there any further questions?
Just trying to understand that a lot of delay is caused not necessarily by our action, but we have to wait for the county as a city, and when they pass things, if they find something that needs to be corrected, then they have to wait another time. So delays in this usually, unfortunately, the case. So we're trying to do our best to expedite it, but we see the work. Somebody who has a balcony on the south side, on the higher floor, will see a nice lights and a nice clean water, so you'll be proud of it.
Just for your notice, please, they're going to perform the waterproofing on the pool probably this week or next week. After they finish that, they're gonna start the waterproofing on the pool deck. Now, I've been advised by the contractor that the people are throwing trash from their balconies.
Yes.
Whether it's on spike or not on spike, you have to be careful what you have in your balcony, especially during the waterproofing time frame. So, Victor, if you can send out a message on the bulletin board or on the website of when we're going to start the waterproofing on the pool deck, so this way you can ensure, we would like to ensure that there is no debris being thrown out, whether it be a cigarette butt, matches, or anything to that effect, because it will affect the pool, and it will affect the waterproofing of the pool itself.
Yes, sir. One moment, we have a young lady here in the back that would like to say something.
I want to go back to the question about Olga. You have to answer us. Because Olga worked for us, not for work. So everybody was happy with Olga. We pay Olga from our pocket, correct? I would like to know, when you hire people in the office, it has to be all board decision?
Absolutely.
Okay, how many people in the board was about Olga to fire Olga? This is my question, you have to answer this question. No secret from us.
I explained to you many times.
Yeah.
You really disturbing the proceeding of this.
No, we would like to know. Everybody would like to know.
Questions that answered the way you wanted to answer. I am answering.
We want to answer that.
Okay, I'm just trying to explain to you, okay? And you live here many
I
years.
not hear you.
Okay, well,
We have some water, please.
that's it. So we both,
It's
this
not
question
your
is not
have to be
on the
decision. It has to be
table.
decision all board. All board was decision to fire Olga.
We do not discuss this issue.
No, why not?
What part of what he said was misunderstood by you? Explain to me what was misunderstood.
Don't screaming at that.
Because everybody would like to know why you fired Olga. Nobody answered for us.
He cannot
She doing bad
discuss.
job.
Okay.
She doing bad job.
Anybody opposed?
Meeting is closed.
Meeting is now.
It's not legal not discussing.